Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And General, thank you so much for your work and the Corps' work, both in terms of the ongoing projects as well as the emergency situations that all of us face and you handle so very well. A couple of things, Mr. Chairman. There's a long-standing project that has been underway. It is authorized. It's the Hamilton City project in California. It is really the first of its kind in which the environmental organizations, the Nature Conservancy, is working with the Corps and the local community to establish both habitat restoration as well as flood control. Construction is ongoing. It's an authorized project. Construction is going on as we speak. However, a couple of bumps, well, let's say pipelines and property have perhaps put this project in jeopardy. And what I'd like to do is to set up a situation here where if and when the Corps presents its post-authorization cost report, it can be included in the awarded bill, which may pass the House next week and get out of Congress in the lame duck session. So I'm trying to set things up here so that we can do not an airdrop, but a modification. General, is it the case that the Sacramento District is actually in the process now of looking at the 209 limits as it pertains to the cost of land that was actually donated, but is significantly increased because of the inflation in the area, and also the discovery of a gas pipeline and how to deal with it?
Yes, sir. I think you're absolutely right. This particular project, when we did our last cost estimate, certified cost estimate on this in 2014, it revealed some cost growth that are along the lines of what you described, unforeseen site conditions which had an impact on a current contract that required modification, and then also the increase in the real estate cost. So what we're doing now is doing the 902 revision. The calculations and the certified cost is due in December of 2016. And what the staff is telling me in the field is that once we get that, if the costs that have been estimated are going to exceed that, then we're going to work with the sponsor to try to de-scope that so they can stay below the 902 and continue to move forward. If it does not, then they'll just continue to move forward. It's more of a precautionary measure to make sure we don't run out of authorization limit on this project, so we can continue to move forward given some of the bumps that we've encountered.
Just a couple of things here that I think we need to understand. The land cost is actually land that was purchased some 10 years ago by the Nature Conservancy. It is donated. The cost issue is a result of the inflation that has occurred in that intervening time. There's no additional cost to the federal government here. It's already land that has been donated for the purposes of habitat restoration. But the rules are the rules, and I guess the new cost, inflated cost, is included, and that may drive up over the authorized cost. The pipeline, as I said earlier, was recently discovered. Maybe that it'll have to be relocated, or it may be able to be stay in place and protected in place. We'll see what happens. You did say something a moment ago that is troublesome, and you said December the 1st. That may not coincide with the work that needs to be done in a conference report for WRDA. And so I'm asking if you might be able to get it done quicker, like maybe early October. Is that possible?
Congressman, I'll have to get back to you on that because I can't commit to that without knowing what is left to be done on that particular report. But if you would allow me to do two things. One is to come back to you with a detailed accounting of how we got to where we are and to clarify what we're actually verifying, and then two, give you some options on what we think the future holds, and then we'll try to get that done really quickly so we can make some good informed decisions on how to go forward.
I think I heard you say you're going to ask the Sacramento District Office how quick they can get it done. Is that what I heard you say?
Sir, Congressman, what I said was I need to understand what they have left to do on it.
Well,
it's really easy for me to tell them.
Let me ask you to ask them how quickly they can get it done. If we can meet our own deadline here, I think we can drop this in. I'll let it go at that, but I'm looking for a placeholder here, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Mr. Bost.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General, the last time the Corps testified